on Twitch. So you guys can take a moment and introduce yourselves, who you are,
Okay.
what you play.
I'm Matt. I play guitar and kazoo, and I sing sometimes.
I'm Matt as well, and I play drums, and I also help with some kazoo, and I sing sometimes. And then Josh is getting food, and Josh sings a lot, and he plays guitar, and then Alex is somewhere, couldn't answer that, no comments. And he
plays bass.
He plays bass, and he is just a treat and a pleasure. And he also sings sometimes.
All right, so you got a band of vocalists, and how would you describe like when Alex was talking to me about the band, he would call you guys a punk band. Hearing you guys record, I mean, I guess you could still say it's punk, but I mean, I want to hear it from you. What would you call yourselves? What style, what genre? Where are you fitting? Where are you falling? How you promoting it? What are you calling it?
What I usually tell people about Forest Puppies is we're like if Black Sabbath could like chill out for a minute.
Okay, I dig that.
I say it's definitely like it's got its roots in alternative. It's got its roots in punk, but it's very like jam heavy now. Very improv heavy. Yeah.
Yeah, you'll find that especially with this most recent composition.
Yeah.
Is that, sort of from self-preservation and sort of because it's our roots, we did some jamming here, and it was very fun, and we got some good things out of it, and I like it. I like what we got.
All right. So you got the jammy, you got the roots. You definitely harken back to like some classic rock with the whole Black Sabbath. That's pretty cool. So like we could just go straight into the influences here. So like you can answer it individually. You could talk about it as a band. What are the influences that got you hitting your drums and playing your kazoos?
Kazoos. The reason I started playing kazoos because I couldn't whistle, and I wanted a song with whistling, and
That's the first time that I heard that.
yeah, because I can't whistle, and I wanted it. When I was in school for music, I was listening to a lot of jazz and stuff like that. And I still like a lot of that stuff. The big ones for me are like The Mothers of Invention, Fish, Ween. I like a lot of weird stuff. I like a lot of inventive stuff. I like norms going out there.
Yeah, I can definitely see that and hear that. I think I like really loopy, chill stuff. If that can be described genrealistically. Sorry, it's like hour 12.
It's like hour 10. Or is it 12?
I don't know. What are days? What are hours? And for me, that boils down to a lot of shots of course, minus the bear. Shots out of Great Big Pile of Leaves, of course. Phenomena. But I generally like a sound that is relatable with some technicality. And I find that a lot in this band. It's very awesome to be in a band with musicians that, just can shred and also can vibe. Big vibe.
Big vibe.
Big vibe. It's what it be. That's what we're looking for here. We just be big vibing.
Yeah, the vibe is really important when you're putting together a sound in a group.
Especially with doing it all live in a room. That's where it comes together. Like I feel like most bands can do the whole multi-track recording thing, and that's fine. But it's hard to be in a room and play with 4 people and bounce off the energy of 4 people and have the ability to say, like, I'm steering the ship right now, and having the ability to say, okay, someone else steer.
Absolutely. It's 4 different...
That's tough.
It is very tough. It's 4 different vibes, and we all have to come together for one vibe. And so it does take some taking over and then some stepping back as well. And, just that process in itself is easier when you vibe with the people.
Now, before you stepped into the studio today, when you guys first started jamming, how did you imagine a recorded product, like something that you were going to make all together? How did you imagine it working? Did you think that you could do a multi-track? Did you think maybe we would just do some live thing? Were you thinking you'd get a recording from a show? Like, what brought you to the studio, and what made you want to record it live in the same room at the same time like this?
That energy from live performance, from like being together and playing on stage. I think it's different kind of wholesome, rather than, like, there's nothing wrong. I have nothing against multi-tracking. That's if you want to do that. That was my alarm in case I went to sleep.
He got up early for this interview.
You woke up early for this interview, and I appreciate it.
It's beautiful. And yeah, I think Alex is here.
Hey!
Whoa!
Alex
Are you telling me we got a new band member coming in?
Yeah, he's got some.
What is that bowl? What is that? A bowl of slop?
It's beautiful.
You should have seen the chat. My eyes lit up when you walked in the room.
Yeah, we're gonna play it back.
So
We can get some hype in the chat for Alex being here. Hi, Alex.
How'd you do?
Good.
Did you sleep?
For about like 20 minutes, yeah.
Yeah, me too.
Feels that. Yeah, we came into this. It's funny and peculiar because we were trying just not to have any ideas. We wanted this to be purely spontaneous, and so of course with that, ideas float around in your head, and like which ones you used, which ones you don't. Subconsciously, I guess you'll never know, but at the same time, yeah, right. It was planned to be as spontaneous as possible, and so it's hard to put something. It's live television, everybody. It's hard to put a hammer on the nail that is shutting it down as far as what we're going to do. And so we like it. It's once again Vibe City. It helps us come up with anything that's spontaneous in the moment.
All right. How much of a plan did you guys come up with? Because I know you want to be spontaneous, but some planning has to go into it. Like, did you come up with any of these songs before you started writing them today? Did you have an idea for how you wanted the feeling of what you're recording to go, or did you really just want everything to just jump out of your heads into your fingers and just play it?
Literally that last one.
We didn't. The only rules of walking in the building today were no previous ideas, and you have to do everything in 24 hours. So, like, you can't go back and fix something once it's done. Once 7 a.m. hits Saturday, 7 a.m. hits Saturday, and it's done. And you have to think of everything you can in that day. Like, that day is that day. And it really helps you. It's cool because you get to make decisions so fast. You have to make decisions so fast.
Literally.
So it weeds out a lot of bad ideas very quickly. Like, we were like ironing out some stuff, and it was just like, no.
Say we can't.
No,
We literally can't.
we can't. We don't have time for it.
Yeah, you just gotta go forward.
Oh yeah. What's something that you know that you're gonna regret not pursuing because it would take just too much time? But, like, what's something that you would want to do that you've already had to, like, nix? What's an idea?
Whenever we were recorded in an actual studio, not this is an actual studio, I don't know why I say it like that. I meant whenever we do, like, multi-track recordings, you can do the guitar solo as many times as you want, as many takes as you want, and here, you can do that to some point, but we don't have a day to dedicate to guitar solos.
Oh.
We have maybe generously a half hour.
That's why I'm trying to do a lot of my bass tracks with Matt.
I love doing that drum and bass with you, like,
So
and the
far
fact
it's
that we
just
can
two.
bang those out. Two. I think we maybe have like three. We got the first one,
What? Field tripping?
the one before that,
Bob City.
and then we do have field tripping.
I didn't do good on field tripping.
I don't believe that, but also we could do it again.
I could just go over it.
That's true. That's the beauty of
like-
some live tracking guys, and being able to multi-track, I should say, is that Alex, whose bass licks are already beautiful, can make them even more beautiful.
Thank you.
All right, now I have to ask. How strict are you going to be with these rules that after the 24 hours has elapsed, You're not going to track a single thing. You're not going to go in and touch a thing here, touch a thing there. There's not a single one of you in the band who's going to be like, hey, just give me this session for 5 minutes. I need to change this.
What do you have if you don't have honor?
Yeah.
All right, for honor. You're doing this. So a lot of this is for the vibes. A lot of this is for the honor. If you had to like sum up your musical journey in like a handful of words from like when you started to where you are now, like individually, you can answer this. What would you say the musical journey summarized up?
We'd be here.
That's a compound word for you guys out there.
Who would have thought we'd be here? Okay, that's like one for all of y'all. What's one for just like individually? What would you say, like, what started you learning that brought you to here? How would you summarize your musical journey? You had to come up with like a mantra.
A mantra or word?
You know, whatever's easier.
Music is vital. Just in any facet. It doesn't matter if it's, for capitalistic goals or for your own soul. Music, you need that. And, it's good to put ourselves through the throes of a long challenge with music and makes you appreciate it more. And we love to be creating this music with each other and for you guys. And so much so that we wanted to do a 24-hour album. Crank that bad boy out and get it to you.
Yeah. For me, I'm going to say just music is how I communicate. Like, it's so personal, like it's mine, but it's also relatable, so it's ours. And that's one of the really cool parts about it. But, I mean, I'm doing this is going to sound a little on the selfish edge, but I'm doing this for me because it's like a time in my life where I get to do something on my own terms and, like, just be so present in one moment and just so present at one goal and really strive for one thing. What I'm concerned about is what happens after this 24 hours.
Oh, man. Tomorrow?
How do I go back to, like, my normal life?
Yeah, tomorrow's going to be a little bit of a...
normal till Sunday.
Yeah, that's true.
Like at least Sunday.
Maybe. That's generous. I was thinking Monday, maybe.
Sunday's the day of rest. All right. Saturday, we're going to be listening to this bad boy a lot.
Is that the plan? Is that to, like, get everything tracked and then have a couple listening parties?
Tomorrow, 26, Ghost Harbor Creative, shameless plug. Woo. River Bay, come see that. I'll be going from this to running that. So I'll be tired, but I'm not performing. River Bay will be, and she's awesome. She's an 8-year rapper. But yeah, we will definitely be throughout the day, even me there. We'll be listening and, just being like, that's the crunchy parts already. And we've had the ability, thanks to, Matt the Brow, shout out House of Dub again, to listen back to them, and they sound fuego. And if y'all trying to record something and Matt trying to have y'all make that connect. Josh, we hear him.
We got the fabled fourth member of the band.
Yeah, he doesn't exist until you see him.
Puppy.
Yeah.
He's on milk.
That's right. Dude, yeah, he sings
so
like he's like a new ward. That's okay as well.
Yeah.
It's a new ward.
I don't know how long I'm going to live with it before I post it. My initial thought was Sunday.
What you were doing Sunday?
Just post it on Sunday.
I ain't mad at that.
Listen to it for Saturday and post it on Sunday.
Where are you planning on releasing this to?
Bandcamp, SoundCloud, iTunes, Spotify, LinkedIn, OnlyFans.
Okay.
MySpace.
You guys are really covering all the internet territory.
LimeWire.
So take a moment. You can plug some social media links you got here. Like what's the name of the band? Say it out clearly. What social medias are you most active on? If someone wants to follow you right now on something, if someone's so into this and they want to follow you right now on something, what is the app that you want them to follow you on?
On everything.
Everything.
Pretty much. We are at Forest Puppies.
How you spell that?
With one R.
1 R, guys.
One R.
Don't play us.
And 1 T.
And 1 T and 3
One.
P's.
3 P's. Triple power.
So, but
points.
Instagram is the one we're big on. That's one we use the most. The only one that I know is an exception is Facebook. If you want to like us on Facebook, is facebook.com/PorestPuppies
That's amazing.
because Forest Puppies was taken.
Was it taken by another band or was it like a
wasn't taken by
potpourri
another
company?
band. It was taken by like a deer support group, which that's valid.
Support it.
And we're on TikTok as. Is there an at before TikToks?
Yes.
At Forest Puppies.
Well, you know,
Okay, so the is interchangeable. The sometimes it's the Forest Puppy, sometimes it's Forest Puppies.
You'll
Thou
find us.
Forest Puppies.
You'll find us. It's a cool looking emblem. That's the emblem that you see up there that Matt has graciously had hung above us.
His name's Forrest.
I'm so good at graphic design. I know I'm not supposed to make this about me, but I'm just so good at what I do. It's a little ridiculous.
And
That's valid.
you've housed us, and so it is
True.
about you, dog.
I mean, this is the first recording session I've had back since the pandemic started. This is the first time I've opened my doors to strangers breathing my air and huffing and
It's
puffing into my
beautiful
microphones.
air, okay.
It's lovely here.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm very happy. I haven't said it in a hot minute, but I'm very happy to be here.
I'm glad you're here too, because I think we're having a really good time. I mean, if you had to say, like, you know, what you would expect from a studio experience, just off of like before you even step foot in your first studio, because I mean we've all had studio experiences. Before you even had it, like, what did you imagine your studio experience would be like when you were a young novice learning how to play music? Like, what did you think your first studio experience would be like? And then you can, if you got a fun story, you can tell me about your first studio experience.
That'd be glorious.
Yeah.
I thought I'd be swimming in a
Something.
Yeah.
My
Anything.
my first
Swimming in
studio
success.
experience, we lost like an hour of studio time because my friend who played guitar in my band, he had a Floyd Rose bridge on his guitar and he broke a string, and then so he took the screw out to change the string, and then he lost the screw. And we had to search around the studio for 45 minutes to set up this dude's Floyd Rose, and we paid for that hour. And I've never been. That's money I'll never get back. But
Disappointment.
and it was time I would never get back too, which I was
Yes.
really mad about because I was like, can we just track other stuff while we look for this? We were
Yeah.
just
Take
so
one
this has been the
person.
opposite of that feeling. This has been joy. Pure
Pure
joy.
joy.
Literally, it's been like anything I thought I could ask for, I've gotten.
Yeah,
So,
yeah. I was used to like that DIY like type of recording, especially from Gate, and then of course, you know, shouts Cheesy Beggars. We was up in here. What was about 14 years ago now.
We're old as fuck.
Yeah, we're freaking old, dog. Yeah, we were up in here talking about pleasant distractions. And then, 2020, we needed one, and then they came.
yeah.
And I don't know how pleasant it was, but it was a distraction. But we're back at it, back in House of Dub, and it feels great. And for it being my first studio experience, and then this being my latest one, it's a great sandwich.
Yeah.
We've come a long way from having house parties here.
That's true. That's very true. Yeah, you know, house parties to bringing down the house.
It's still pretty much a party,
And it's
in my opinion.
Yeah, well, Forest Puppies is here. We got Red Bull by the case.
The only thing.
We're not sponsored by them, by the way, but if anybody can get a hookup,
Anyone
Yeah.
from Red Bull want
Yet.
throw
You hear
some
that, Red
dollars? That'd
Bull?
be great.
Yeah, dude.
I would never drink it, but I'll take your money.
Yep, exactly.
Send me the cans that have water in them.
We'll fill them up. I'll drink them. I'll replace them with water.
Send me the advertising cans.
Listen, I've worked for Monster Fest a couple times and the Rockstar
Whoa.
Fest, and they'll put out these big cooler drums that have the Rockstar logo
Hey.
and full of ice.
What's up?
Yeah, it's full of Rockstar. All right, look, we got a fourth.
But they're all
member.
just water.
Oh,
The
yeah.
fourth member. We're all here. We're finally all here.
Look at us, dog.
Who wants to bring us up to speed? Who wants to like summarize what we've talked about? Who wants to talk?
Josh, you should do it.
What's happening? Oh, of course.
This is the time where we're just gonna open up the entire thing. Josh, just talk.
Put the person who just came in on the spot.
Beautiful.
You know exactly what we're talking about. You've been briefed on the situation. You just go. Just yeah. This is your show now. So
Okay, so what were we just talking about?
The Forest Puppies. How do you like swimming? Thank you for taking me off my track.
How is
Maybe I want to surf.
how has the studio environment been to you?
Studio environment has been very kind to me. 10 out of 10
That's what I
would recommend.
How's
So-
dumb? I told y'all.
Yes, it's been so. Matt's space is impeccable. There is a lot of good vibes here. There is some good sound quality here. We've got great equipment. We've got great people working together. That's all I've.
10 out of 10.
Yeah,
I want
exactly.
it. I want
can
an
you believe I
entire-
only paid him $25 to say that?
I would listen to an entire channel of Josh just reviewing stuff.
Absolutely.
Review me ideas.
You review something. We could review something right now. Like what's the latest thing that inspired you? Pop music, could be indie music. What's the last piece of art that inspired you? And give us a review on it.
I thought of plugging my own album.
Go
Yeah,
for it.
do it.
Go for it, man.
That's why we're here,
This is
dog.
literally why you're here. Look, see that logo above? This is like going.
Plug
This
away.
is all about you guys.
All right. So I do actually have. It's not released yet, but I have an. So while it's kind of crazy because I'm working on my own album, self-released, self-produced, self-made, everything really.
Yeah.
Besides my cousins making the art, so that's the only thing that's not me. But so yeah, so the name's Josh Tamboro. It's going to be an album called Bluebird of Shabbiness as opposed to Bluebird of Happiness.
All right.
So it's pretty moody, but there's a couple of songs on there. It's a very
Did you
What?
get the title from the Paul McCartney song?
That's actually it's because there's a saying called Bluebird of Happiness. But what I did because like I always say like one of the things I say is not too shabby. I say that how to phrase myself. So, but the reality of it is I've been a little shabby. So like lack of self-care.
What does shabby
things
mean?
like shabby means like basically like it's like unkempt, lack of caring for yourself or things that, or for others.
Hair.
So I feel like
That
it could work.
Shabby dog. Yeah.
Yeah. So
Shabby and disheveled is what my hair is.
so yeah. So I think it's pretty good. But what I would like you to do is take a listen for yourself and let me know. So
Where's that going to be at? That's going to be on the Bandcamp.
it's going to be on
Spotify.
Apple Music, Spotify, all that stuff.
Peace up,
So,
A-Town down.
Yes.
Okay. Just remember.
What?
Yeah. I was actually, so I was like, you heard me, dog. I said it.
That's right.
Yeah, you know, we like
Journey.
Atlanta and Georgia, and we also like Josh's new album. So go check that out when it comes out.
All right. Well,
Reading the subtitles of this is really funny.
yeah, the captions don't always get it, but sometimes they do. And the people who like captions, it's good for them. We try to make sure that everyone can enjoy all the content here. It's hard to figure out who's talking, but it's
Love that.
you see a mouth moving and you see words, so people usually can figure it out. I have to ask though, because obviously what we're doing today is a very creatively taxing endeavor. You're just coming in and improvising and doing all kinds of stuff. If you're working on an album already, how much of the creativity do you like separate for? All right, this is for my album. This is how much I'm bringing to this.
Oh, I really haven't brought that much in terms of like original material.
Not true.
So like I contribute every now and then I contribute a little something, but like in terms of like the lyrics, I know Matt here has written a lot of lyrics for his stuff, and Matt's written a lot of his music. Mainly is the primary. Well, actually, Alex has his song that we still have to work on.
Yes.
So
And Josh, your as you call them, little contributions are very big contributions.
Yeah.
Thank you. I appreciate
I
it.
mean, it's you're smoothing out the diamond.
Thank you.
There
Because I knew
Yes.
going into this, I was like, I'm gonna be so burnt out coming into this because of what I'm doing in my own stuff. But I don't really feel that tired yet. I came in more tired than I was expecting.
Did you sleep yet?
No.
He's the only one who didn't sleep yet.
I came. What I meant to say is I came in more tired than I am now. So
I
I'm
love that.
pretty awake.
Nice.
The music gives you energy, guys. Remember
It
that.
really does.
Music gives you energy. Music gives you life.
Especially that Bop City piece.
Bob City.
That we were
Watch out
feeling
for
that.
that, dog. Y'all might hear that. Y'all probably gonna hear it. Y'all gonna hear that.
Can hear it.
You
Bob
can.
City did come out really, really good. I mean, I have the luxury of being able to like sit in the room and make sure no faders are exploding and the
Fires,
computer
right.
stays. Yeah, no fires are literally starting in the
Bob
firehouse.
City will start a fire.
Yeah,
Okay.
exactly. We're trying to
It's
keep
straight
everything
fire.
chilling.
Sad damn, I'm sizzling, dog. That
Oh
was-
my god.
That was hot. We're hot.
So you're obviously looking to release this soon, but you know, it's not even out yet. Obviously, the big motif is that when an artist puts out a new song, the first thing they ask is, "All right, well, what's next?" It's like, well, can't you just sit in here? This isn't even out yet. You guys are still in the middle of recording it. What do you think your next move will be? Is it live shows? Is it studio recording? Trying to do the multi-tracking thing?
Yeah,
What are you
both.
thinking is next?
There's so much. There's a lot of like back catalog
Yeah.
songwriting. Before this adventure, we were prepping for shows, and we were prepping to record the what would be the third album. This is now going to be the third thing. But
First with this lineup.
yeah, the first with this lineup. This has been
Right.
going on for like 5 years. And it's always been different people except for me, which is it's cool. Now, 'cause now before it was not as cool. Now it's like actually like a cooperative band, which is not to disparage anyone, but you know now it's just improved. But the plan is book some shows, meet some people, play some killer tunes, and then get into the studio and record the next batch of songs.
Matt has an incredible catalog of music
Had
pending.
a lot of free time.
He
used it well.
he has a whole database of material just waiting to send out. So
I made a spreadsheet
He did.
because it was getting chaotic.
that's how good he is.
I love that you reined it in.
Pulled it in for myself.
Yeah, for all involved. I feel
Well,
like
with an inspiration like Frank Zappa, obviously you're going to be shooting for catalogs, not exactly
Yeah.
just a one-hit wonder.
Yeah. It's about I don't know if the whole quantity versus quality thing is a valid argument. Yeah, I feel like a lot of musicians are just afraid to suck, and I'm not afraid to suck. Like it's, if it happens, it happens. But statistically, there's got to be a couple winners, right?
yeah,
You know?
You're gonna crank out some, and
A lot of people, they're like, they're very self-critical, and they don't want to. They're afraid to edit, and that's what I think other people are for. You just write. And
We're
write.
looking to make $1 million.
Yeah.
And
Everyone
get out.
is. Yeah.
We're only in this for the money.
Yeah.
It's like
I
that. for now.
love that.
You
I
guys
love
are
that.
just
I
Send that in
agree.
Every band I'm in.
Lit,
So-
lit sauce.
That actually segues beautifully into the next thing I wanted to bring up. So, like, how is this something you guys can answer once again as a whole band and also individually? How do you define and how will you define your success in music? What do you consider yourself successful now? Is there a point that you want to get to? Do you really think that it's a financial thing of success? Is it the friends you make along the way? How would you define success in music as it means to you?
Who would like to answer that first?
I'll swing.
Oh yeah, swing.
Being able to
Alex.
express myself the way I want to.
There it is.
Getting all those feelings out.
There it is.
That's success to me.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And it doesn't matter if, like, in my opinion, I think if you have people coming to your shows, it doesn't matter if it's 5 or if it's 500. As long as you're able to make an impact on your audience, I
Yes.
think that's one of the most important parts.
Valid.
Yeah, the only financial part of music I see is the ability to not have to work a job to be able to afford to have time in your life to make music. That's like financial success for me, is to just be doing music all the time.
That's the dream.
That's the goal. Like it's not about like, you know, capital success on an album. It's about the most people have heard it and the most people have enjoyed it.
All the above.
Way to go, man.
Copy and paste.
Easy peasy, dog. All the above.
Deep,
Man, I had
buddy answers.
Great answers.
Control
and I agree.
V.
Exactly.
I love that. So that's all like really awesome and cool stuff, and it's really good to get and hear that side from you guys about it. It's really cool to get like that perspective and know that like what's really the steam behind those turbines moving your creative engines down that road.
Well, that's you too. You're the steam. Wouldn't be possible without you.
Mhm.
Or that's the.
So I want to wrap this up now too, because we're getting into the half-hour mark, and I've asked plenty of questions, but I do have one more question that I want to pose. So once again, it's either as the whole band or just individually. I want to know, is this something that, as you feel right now, like take a real serious look at yourselves and what you're doing and what you got pumping through your bodies. Now, would you recommend what you're doing, a 24-hour lock into a studio to another band to try to achieve success? Is this something that you'd recommend? Or is this something you're all just trying out and you're like, you know what, we made a big mistake? How are each of you responding to this? And this will be a good time capsule, but something really funny to look back on later. So keep in mind that what your responses now could change later. So maybe you want to start thinking about documenting your feelings going forward. So I want to know, snapshot,
I think
24-hour recording session, is it worth it?
we've really pulled the
Yeah.
Borat with great success.
Great success.
And I think we're doing it better than not the pros could do, but I think we're definitely holding our own more than we thought we would be.
High level.
I would say for other bands, don't do it. It's my idea.
Heard it first, folks. It's your idea that the cartel had.
But wait, other YouTubers have done similar.
No, they
things.
have. It's not original at all.
Strip them down, call them
No.
out, dog.
But,
Right?
Take a seat.
No, in
Be
sincerity, yeah, you should try it. It's a lot of fun. It's already worked. Like people kept saying to me like, how do you know it's worked? And like in the moment when you decide to focus on that, it's like you've already done it. So
Biggie.
yeah, should do it. Do it more.
Do it. Do it, and then we'll be doing it again, and then everyone will be doing it.
We are gonna do it.
Everyone,
I know.
everyone recording for the rest of the time is just going to be doing 24-hour lock-ins in
I
studios.
said to Manuels before, I said, what if this was the new normal? What if this just became your life?
We agreed that it is. Like,
How many days did you need off to offset the effects?
I would need quite a few.
If this was just it, though, like if this was all we had to do, I think that makes the proposition of it seem a lot easier. If like if we didn't have other things to focus on, which we do, which is life, I think then we could do like 4 days a week.
Of 24 hours?
24 hours.
I stay with that.
Yeah, we can do 12. Now,
So
as just me saying this as someone that probably won't have to go through it.
So wait, you're giving Matt ideas. I don't think that's a good idea because Matt will get on board with that. He'll be like, "Hey guys, want to do 4 days,
4 days
worth
straight.
of 24
One
hours?"
catalog is what
Here's-
it's called.
Actually, if you wanted to know, like my real sincere thought was, the next time we do this, we do 24 hours straight, and then at the 24-hour mark, we play a show. We play the album all the way through.
So you'd have to start recording at around like 7:30.
Yeah, I start PM
Start at PM.
and then
record
go
through the
until
night.
7 p.m.
I'm
and
You
tired
need
of
it. We,
thinking
you,
about
you
it.
need to get a farmhouse with no neighbors. It's probably the only place you're gonna be able to start being able, because you got to figure we didn't start tracking drums till about 4 hours into it.
Yeah.
We started at 6, so you start at 7 p.m. You're not gonna be tracking drums till about 10 o'clock at night.
Yeah.
Better hope there's no neighbors.
Yeah. Well, with this, it's good that we got it done and that we're in the process of it because it helps us streamline the process. Hopefully next time we don't get to hour 4 when we tracking drums, but also it was important that we did it this time.
Next time's gonna be so easy.
Now,
And I can't wait to see that
as-
clip again. when we do
obviously,
that too.
I want you guys to do a sign off, and we'll do the sign off in a second. But first, I just want to know, because you said you had rules. Can you tell me real quickly just what this established rules for this day were?
The rules were, you write, record, mix, and master an album in 24 hours, and you can't use any previous ideas. All song concepts have to be formed in those 24 hours, and you can't go back and fix. So you can't change anything you did in the 24 hours. Once 24 hours is up, you're done. And those are the only rules as far as I've seen. Some of the ones I've seen online that other bands have done, they've said you have to do 10 songs or you have to do 45 minutes, but rules were made to be broken. Do what you want.
Well, you know?
I don't know.
You
I
know,
don't know if we're
we
gonna
already
make
put
it.
too many rules.
Yeah, dog.
I dig it. But that's a good guideline, a good precedent for you guys all to follow. So, individual, if you guys could just say your names one more time, anything you want to plug individually, if you want to just plug the band, feel free to plug the band. This is your sign off. This is your moment to just kind of be your guys. I'm gonna be dipping myself out of the corner. Take the time, you guys. This is your little promo. Enjoy it. Thank you for being here
Thank
at the House of Dub.
I am so short in this seat. I feel they're probably like, that guy's so small.
Yeah. Do you want to go first?
I'm Matt Daniels. You can follow me at Black Matt Snaps on Instagram. Follow, obviously, Forest Puppies. Follow Flexiglass_official. And come tap into the city of Asbury Park. We're doing a lot of great things, and we could always use your help.
I'm Matt Bailey. I play in Forest Puppies, and just follow Forest Puppies and come along for the journey. Come out to some shows. Come to Ghost Harbor Creative. We live there. It's been a lot of fun so far. Another 12 hours to go.
All right. Hi, I'm Josh Timbor. I wasn't in the beginning of this. So, yeah, you can follow me at Josh is Joshing You. That's Josh is Joshing the letter U. And it's an old AOL username, and no one else has ever taken it, so I always claim it whenever I create a new account on any platform.
Do you get a senior citizen discount with that AOL?
I do actually. It's funny. So now that you mention it, but yeah. So here's to 12 more hours.
I'm Alex LaRocca.
Yeah, baby.
You can follow me on my Instagram, _LaRocca_. LAROCCA.
You heard it.
Hopefully wrapping up something. Drop it at the end of the summer. Hopefully, fingers crossed. And in the meantime, you can check out a single I put out. It's called Love After Loss, and it's on YouTube. And if you like Trigun, even more of a reason to check it out.
It's a beautiful video.
And cut.
And scene.
Forest Puppies.
Bye, Dad.
Yeah, bye,
Proud,
Matt's dad.
Mr. Bailey.
Ooh.
Millie.
Good
Millie,
night,
move.
Matt.